Hey y'all, I'm spiritually inclined. My name is Crystal, and yes, I'm doing a video in my daughter's bathroom right now because my son is being super loud. So I got him, in his stroller, strapped in. He watching his videos, and he's laughing really loud. So while he's out there, chilling, I came here to do a video. So what I'm noticing is that, a lot of people are seeking information outside of themselves. And what I mean by that is that y'all know I be on social media a lot. And there's a lot of spiritual content creators that I feel are just getting behind the camera and just spewing out a bunch of nonsense that's not making any sense. And so this was a while back. I don't have much of a life, so I be on social media a lot. And the platform that I'm really on the most is, IG. Instagram. So there's, these content creators that's just, saying a lot of things that's not making no sense at all. So it's this one creator whose post I commented on and, kind of went back and forth in discussion with some of the people in the comments. And the post is basically fear-mongering people into fearing AI. She's talking about AI absorbs water and eventually it's going to take form and just, annihilate the humans and all of that. This is what this girl is saying on this post. So I commented and I basically highlighted the fact. And when I speak, I'm going to come with nothing but the truth. Right? Because I know how to channel the God spark within me to connect to, the truth. So to the facts, the 100% facts. And I'm not going to speak on it unless I know it's facts. So I commented and stated that, all things have duality. No matter what the intent is behind it being made, AI may have been made with malicious intent, meaning its creator, the creator of AI may not have had, the best intentions upon making it. But either way, it doesn't matter the intent behind the creation of something. That doesn't necessarily mean that the thing that's being created is going to be all bad. There's duality to everything, even the people that's making it. So why wouldn't there be duality to AI? It can be bad or it can be good. It's going to be whatever you determine it to be. And so in the comments, I'm explaining to people like, you are God in human form. Consciousness is the determiner. Consciousness creates. Consciousness is the beginning and the end of all things. And with that being said, if you jump on this bandwagon behind this girl who's saying that AI is evil and you get to believe in what she's saying, then automatically that's going to be your experience. We are God in human form. We have to be careful of what we're jumping on the bandwagon of. There's all these different thought group thinking and, these things. And we, somebody can present things a certain way and we just fall for it. You know what I'm saying? It's people that just falling for anything that's presented in such a way where it could be believable. But my thing is this: I channel source first. And then I determine what's real and what's not. And through my observation and my what do I want to say? Through my efforts of connecting with the God spark within me, I'm being shown that I determine what anything means. I am the determiner of what anything means. This existence is not real. We are God in human form having an experience. So God is dreaming and experiencing through us. So we are the ones that is creating everything that's happening in this world. By what we choose to believe, how we choose to perceive things, how we choose to think, our mindset and everything, all of that is creating all of this as it's showing up right now. And the thing is that it creates in the quantum realm first before it plays out in the physical realm. So when we're thinking, constantly thinking, we got these thought processes and these mindsets and these belief systems, and they are being created energetically, right? Because we are energy. So we create energy. And that energy materializes into the physical. But once it materializes into the physical and is playing out, it's basically in the past. So that's what makes the present the same as the future and the past. The present is constantly moving forward. So it's always in the past. Things that ain't played out, that's happening by the seconds, is the future and then the past simultaneously. Future, past, future, past, future, past. So once it's already done played out in the physical realm, or if it's playing out, it's basically in the past. The energy that is creating in the quantum is where everything happens first. It happens first energetically, and then it reaches the physical realm. So when we decide to focus negatively on something that's been created, and we're focused on who created it and why they created it and all of that, instead of just saying, you know what, I know this was made for this reason, but let me choose to focus on the positivity of this thing. You know, AI can help students in college. You can run a business through AI. There's so many beneficial things to AI and anything else that's being created with malicious intent. We always take the negative and we turn it into the positive. That's another part of this experience that we come here for. We come here to transmute negativity into positivity. We come here to transmute the darkness into the light. That's it. That's all. So me personally, I choose to view the positive side of everything in order to create a positive experience for myself. If I took my situation after I had my awakening and my life started falling apart, and dismantling everything I had built started collapsing, if I decided to take a negative viewpoint of that, then I will probably, ain't no telling where I will be right now. But this whole time I've chose to see what I can learn from this experience. The time that that I've been out of work and haven't been able to fill out for a job and actually get a job and work a job, I've been using that to connect to my to connect within, to my God spark, to reprogram my consciousness so that I can start creating, from a higher standpoint, from higher consciousness. Because when you're creating from a lower consciousness, you're not going to create a desired experience. You just not. So I had to raise my frequency and my vibration by expanding my consciousness and my knowledge base. And now I'm, waiting on, well, I don't want to say waiting. Now I'm in the in-between, what they call the in-between, in between what I created and what I'm creating. I'm at a standstill. So I'm not experiencing anything bad, but I'm not quite experiencing I have materialized some things. It's like slowly, like with my twin flame situation. It's starting with that. Me and my twin have a joined purpose together in this lifetime. And so, that's starting to bud and blossom in its own way and in its own time. And everything else shall follow. But until then, I know that my consciousness and how I'm observing my current experiences in reality depends on how I experience it, on what type of experience I get from it. And so I'm like that with everything. I choose not to view anything from a negative standpoint. And if I can't view it from a positive standpoint, I view it from a neutral standpoint. That means I don't view it as positive or negative. I just accept that it is what it is. And that's what we all should be doing if we want to create a better version of whatever it is we're experiencing. If you don't like your experience, start focusing on what you do want to experience. And if you're experiencing something that you don't want to experience, look and see and ask yourself, what is it that you can learn from that experience? Because it's there to teach you something. It might not be pleasant, you might not enjoy experiencing, but you can learn from it. You can get off the negative note of it and, observe it and learn from it. You can turn it into a learning experience rather than a negative experience. A lot of us, we go into resistance of what it is we're experiencing, thus making it worse. That's why, throughout my videos, I've always stressed that it's important not to view things negatively, because wherever your focus is, that's what your experience is going to be. Consciousness creates. It's constantly creating. The fact that you are living in conscious, you are constantly creating whatever it is you're experiencing by your views and opinions and how you choose to see what it is you're experiencing. We're literally the determiners and the ones that put meaning to everything. So decide what it is, what type of meaning you want to put to anything, because it creates your experience. Well, that's it. That's all. That I was in the comments with somebody. That post was so old, and I had commented on that so long ago, but I guess somebody came across what I was saying and decided to say something to me about it. And I stay putting my spiritual insights and what I've channeled through source, my knowledge, into the comment sections of a lot of these different posts, especially when I see content creators that you don't know nothing that they talking about at all, and they fear mongering. And this girl, she got all these jewels and she trying to look like some ethereal being, and she up here fear mongering. Like, fear is one of the things we don't want to participate in. Fear itself is an illusion, because we have nothing to be feared of. We're literally God in the flesh. Like, what is we scared of? Our own creations? And everybody around us is the same consciousness as us, but just at different level. All consciousness is the same. It's just at different levels. We got people who are at the lower levels of consciousness, operating on the darker side of the light spectrum. All of this is just God experiencing itself at different levels and aspects of itself. That's it. That's all. And once you realize your power, you can take it back from all of the programming and all of the bullshit that you thought was true. All of the consciousness programming that has happened before you even awakened and started knowing that things are not really as they seem, that it's just an illusion, that we are just God in a dream, having a physical experience within a dream, basically. And we are the ones creating all this shit, all of it. But the thing is that each and every last one of us individually can create our own experiences by working with this up here and deprogramming it from the consciousness programming. The programming around lack and scarcity, how they make you think that the country ain't got that much money, and they don't have funding for this and funding for that. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Flat out bullshit. They got a motherfucking money machine printer. They can print up as much of that as possible. And just like there's a physical form of money, money is also an energetic form. Why do you think that it can go digital? Money can be digital without the tangible form. You can send intangible money to people. Cash App, banks, things like that. Money is energy. Everything is energy. Everything is energy, and energy is consciousness. This has a consciousness. It's a consciousness with an intelligence that collapses into solidarity when you touch it. It solidifies. But if you're not looking at it and interacting with it, it's nothing. We put meaning to everything. So I hope this helps. I love you guys. Until next time.